Let's have a look at what comes with this Strat Type S-Type bridge from Musiclily. And this one is the 52.5 millimeter width. That's going to be the center of your mounting screw on each side. There's 6 mounting screws in this, so you go center to center on the outside screws. That's 52.5 millimeters. Then your screws for the saddles that hold the saddles in place are 10.5 millimeters apart. And then the brass block is 42 millimeters thick. There, we got all of the stuff I had to read out of the way there. It is a push-in tremolo. Here we've got some of the different specs on here. And directions for how to use the push-in trem arm. Comes in this packaging with a little bit of protection. Here's what the trem arm looks like. So we have a little bit of a knurled end here to give you something to hold on to when you're really getting it. And then it's a push-in, so there's nothing on this end, no threads like you'd see in a screw-in type trem. You can see it comes with a little bit of paper holding the saddles away from the plate so it doesn't get scratched during shipment. These are bent steel saddles like you find on your old school Fenders. 6 screws hold this tremolo block in place instead of 2 like you see on a more modern one. And again, 10.5 millimeters between these screw holes, 52.5 here. That is critically important, as is, this is a 42 millimeter deep brass block. So that means that overall your body needs to be, I think they said 45 or 46, sorry, I have to look past the camera to read. 45 millimeter thick body in order for this to not stick out the bottom. I made that mistake the very first time I ordered one of these and installed it on a cheap Squire that was thin, and this stuck out the bottom. That was not good. Not a good look. Not the way you like to have things. You'll pull this little piece of paper out when you're ready to install and use them. And let's see, what else comes in the box? There is more stuff under here. We're going to get it out and show it to you. Here's your mounting kit. So we have, oh wow, we have all sorts of stuff in here. The other bag is easy. This is 3 different tip covers, a white, a cream, like an aged kind of look, and black as I try to drop things here. Now, this will take a little longer, so we'll go through this. Here are your trem claw screws, springs. Trem springs. They're going to go down on the bottom. A little tiny hex key. All right, looks like a screwdriver. That's not a screwdriver. It's like a little Allen wrench. That's what you are going to adjust the height of the little grub screws right here that adjust the height of the saddles, because you do need to adjust that to make sure it's right. This is your trem claw. And it has a little Allen wrench in there, as well as the screws that you're going to use to install that. That goes in the cavity on the back side of the guitar to attach the springs to. Interesting. So this is kind of making me wonder if I didn't get a couple. I have another box here with a larger one. I wonder if I didn't get some of these mixed up, because this is another trem claw. And then the different adjustment and installation screws, just like we have some screws here. All right, so I think that's everything that you really need to see here. This is how that push-in trem arm works, and it does have a little bit of tension on it, but there is a tiny little grub screw here, a set screw, so you can tighten that if you want this to not spin so easily or not come out so easily. You can tighten that up just a little bit. I think it has a little plastic insert in here that it's going to tighten down on. So there you have it. This is the one that is probably going to fit on most of the Squires, a Mexican Fender, something like that. I'll show you another one in another video that's a little bit wider for like your Fender USAs and that type. Be sure you order the right one. That is critically important. Please subscribe and check out our Guitar Deals group on Facebook. The link's in the bio.